What's up, everybody? Joe White here, and today I want to talk about Dave Meltzer. Since somebody wants to out there, I'm not going to name the guy's channel because I wasn't going to do a video on this, but since somebody flat out used my exact verbiage comparing him to Trump, and if Trump and Biden had a baby, it would be Dave Meltzer saying the words flippity flappity flappity flu. Like I say, actually, he said it wrong. He said flippity flappity flu. It's flippity floppity flappity flu. But I guess I will make a video on it since it seems so popular to do this. Uncle Dave, once again, proves that he is a senile, old, lying hypocrite. The Kalani Jordan Soul Ruka match from Heatwave was a fantastic display of, well, I wouldn't even call that a wrestling match until maybe the last 2 minutes of it. It's the type of wrestling that I really don't like. A bunch of gymnastics routines, a lot of flippity flappity flappity flu, and it makes no sense from a storytelling standpoint, which is what pro wrestling is. It is to tell a story in the ring. So Meltzer, who creams his panties every time Will Ospreay is on the screen or Kenny Omega is on the screen. You go back and look at Ospreay versus Ricochet from all those years ago in Japan, when literally that was a tumbling routine with a couple of high spots thrown in. And Meltzer absolutely was over the moon about those. But this match, which is the exact same type of match, it's not really a wrestling match. It was as my lane alarm goes off while my signal is on, technology, don't you just love it? Anyway, he proceeds to call this, it's not a wrestling match, and Alvarez calls it a fine gymnastics routine. And I'm just like, dude, just because you were a gymnast in high school, yeah, that's just that's. I seriously think that Brian Alvarez was a male cheerleader. I have no proof of it, but something tells me that he was on the damn cheer squad or gymnastics team in high school. Yeah, that got him. No, never mind. I won't say it. I'm not going to say it. It's beneath me to say that he probably did not get a lot of girls in high school because he was on the cheerleading and gymnastics teams or whatever he was. He won't play in football. He won't on the wrestling team. Anyway. But just for Meltzer to say that, if they were in there with other people, it might have been better, but they were in there with each other and it's the same style. Dude, how many times have you given matches exactly like this 5 stars, 7 stars, 6 stars? You're a moron and a hypocrite. Let's roll this clip here.
We had Kalani Jordan and Sol Ruka for the women's North American title. And this was a very, very heavily choreographed gymnastics display that was disguised as a wrestling match or vice versa. And, I mean, the crowd got into it because they just did one crazy flip after another. There were tornillos. There were spots where they just started doing flips and handsprings and, reverse Frankensteiners and acais and running moonsaults. And finally there at the end, Kalani avoided the Soul Snatcher, cradled her for 2, and then gave her a middle rope Frankensteiner and a split-legged moonsault for the pin. So Kalani retains the women's North American title.
Yeah, both of these women have a shot to be real superstars because they are really freaky athletes. They're really great at that. It was an athletic display. It was not a wrestling match. It was almost weird to me to watch it because it's kind of like you never see a match like this in anywhere really. Where they're just out there. It's like you're out there trying to just do.
It was like an exhibition. Here's a bunch of cool moves.
Yeah, and here, and the one thing I have to say about it is, like in a sense, when I was watching it, I'm going like, this is not good, but the crowd liked it, and I think the crowd's going to like anything, and the moves were fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. They're great athletes. When they both have more, if they were in with other people, I think that like experienced people. I think that was maybe the issue, is you had two people with limited experience who are both great gymnasts, and this is what you came up with. If they were in with other people who were experienced at making a wrestling match, that the gymnastics ability of either of them, would really take them a long way. And I think
so. There you have it, Uncle Dave, crazy, old, senile, lying, hypocritical Uncle Dave, and his idiotic friend Brian Alvarez, Mr. Gymnastics himself, talking and saying, "Oh, if they would have been there, it's a lack of experience. It's developmental." I get so sick and tired of people trying to sit there and treat NXT as something more than what it really is. Yes, in my opinion, Heatwave was a little bit better than Money in the Bank. But that was because you have wrestlers who do nothing but train in the same building day after day after day after day after day. These matches were probably well rehearsed weeks ahead of time. They have nothing else to do in that performance center. You know what their day consists of? They show up at this is their job. They show up at the performance center at about 9 o'clock in the morning. They leave at about 4 or 5 o'clock at night. And all they do all day long is train and work on promos and train and work on promos and work in the ring and train and work on promos. That's their job. 5 days a week. 52 weeks a year. That's what they do until they're called up to the main roster. They maybe now and then they'll have the coconut loop where they move around Florida on one of these weekends training or doing the matches. But it's not like these guys are on the road all the time. It's not like they're out there, they may be having matches. The crowd doesn't matter. That's another thing. Meltzer, once again, being a hypocrite. How many times have we heard Meltzer say, "I don't like it, but if the crowd likes it, that means it works"? No, it doesn't. That means the crowd is stupid, Dave. This is why I really don't go to indie shows anymore, because wrestling crowds are stupid. It's why I will never go to an AEW show again. Those types of fans are stupid. They're sheepish, okay? They'll cheer at anything. They'll boo at anything because they just want this rah-rah and see the product work. NXT fans are the same way. It's the same people that sign up on the NXT Facebook page week after week after week to buy tickets. Actually, I don't even know if they sell tickets. Okay? Here's how an NXT taping works, guys. Here's how an NXT... They've shown footage of this. They sign up on the Facebook page saying, "Hey, I would like to attend the taping. I have this many people coming with me." They then tell you to show up at some random parking lot in Orlando. Hey, park here, because not all of you can park at the Performance Center because we don't have enough room for that amount of parking. And we don't do our stuff at Full Sail Live anymore, which I wish they would because it was a better look. But everybody show up at this parking lot in Orlando. They then rent a charter bus to bus people back and forth. This goes on about 1 to 2 hours before the taping time. Before they go live on USA, they send this bus back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to this parking lot to dump however many fans, 200-300 fans that are in that building. I don't even think it's that many. because they've shown footage of them getting off the bus cheering NXT, NXT. And it's the same local yokels every week. It's the same friends and family of the wrestlers every week. And then when the taping is over, they put them back on the buses and they send them right back to the damn parking lot. And this happens for the same people week after week after week. So of course they're gonna like whatever you feed them. They're partial. They're jaded. So and even with the oh well this must the fans liked it. I remember a long time ago when he had that big argument with Jim Cornette about the grenade spot and the Young Bucks and the constant super kicks. His exact excuse was, the fans like it, so it's over. No, no. The fans like what you tell them to like. Okay? I'm sorry. Not everything we cheer and boo for is correct. Anyway, getting back to my original point, how many times have we seen flippity floppity flu matches with no psychology, no storytelling, no rhyme or reason behind the moves they're doing? I know, 5 stars, 6 stars, 7 stars. He is old. He's senile. He's got, I guarantee you the man's got brain rot. He is I'll say it again. If Joe Biden and Donald Trump were to have a baby right now, it would come out as a Dave Meltzer. He's lost the plot, guys. He's a hypocrite, he's a liar, and he's completely lost it. And if you give that man any money, any of your money, you're a fool. Anyway, folks, we'll see you down the road.